I will now rank a Megazord from each season of Power Rangers on a scale of 1 to 10 based on how much I would like to pilot them.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Dino Megazord.
This one's going to get a high rating from me right off the bat because it has chairs. Any cockpit with chairs is going to get higher ratings from me because I have bad hips, knees, ankles, and feet. Also, if there are chairs, there are more likely to be seat belts. And the thing you don't think about when a monster punches a Megazord in the face and they fall backwards, you're just a little tiny person inside their head. And if you don't have a seat belt, you're splat up against the windshield, die, and then your team has to finish fighting the monster without you. So this Megazord looks like they're having a good time, hanging out in there, lots of fun buttons. No one ever explained to them how to use those buttons. And I don't like being confused and confronted with technology that I do not understand. So that's some minus points. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10.
Power Rangers Zeo, the Zeo Megazord.
This one looks a little cramped, but I don't mind being in a confined space with my teammates because I'm a real big snuggler, so that's kind of like an intimate situation. Again, chairs, seat belts, lots of buttons no one knows how to use. I would say they're more likely to have been instructed on how to use these buttons than the previous Megazord. So I'm gonna go with 9 out of 10.
Power Rangers Turbo, the Turbo Megazord.
This looks like something that was constructed to look like it has a bunch of safety protocols, but will really fall apart with a harsh wind. I mean, we saw how easily General Havoc's minions busted through the windshield. Your windshield is not shatterproof. 3 out of 10.
Power Rangers in Space, the Astro Megazord.
Seats, seat belts. Deca would explain how to use the technology, and I really like the 2 green circles in the background that are like sonar locators. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10 as well.
Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the Galaxy Megazord.
Okay, this is where Power Rangers decided to stray away from seats and seat belts. They're like, let's just have a person standing in a room. Better yet, why not have them put their hand over a knife in order to control the Megazord? -2 out of 10.
Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, the Lightspeed Megazord.
Seats, seat belts. Miss Fairweather is not gonna let you down as far as instructing you on how to use her creations, but it's so dark. 7 out of 10.
Power Rangers Time Force, the Time Force Megazord, both red and blue mode.
Much brighter, but we're standing in a room again with bladed weapons. However, this time the swords have gone blade down, and I actually really like how it looks with them holding the hilt of the sword and like controlling the Zord. Just for the fun of it, but if anything happens, you would instantly die. I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10.
Power Rangers Wild Force, the Wild Force Megazord.
This room is a little more complicated than the Time Force Zord cockpit, and I don't know why, but I'm getting this feeling like, you know, you lock your feet in, which is not a seatbelt, but it's something. And also, again, for the fun of it, that little panel, I could just imagine being like, pew, 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 pew. So, 4 out of 10.
Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the Storm Megazord.
This one is great because not only do you have a seat and a seat belt, but you're in your own cockpit. So the sides of the cockpit are really close around you. And I feel like in the instance of a crash, you're gonna fly around a lot less. You're also not gonna knock into other people. And I love when they put the little coins in and turn it. Again, I feel like Cam would really like explain how to use the Zord. So I might give this one a 10 out of 10.
Power Rangers Dino Thunder, the Thundersaurus Megazord.
We're standing in a foggy room with a beach ball. And Tommy doesn't know how to use that ball. Haley doesn't know how to use that ball. You can only just pray that your Dino Gym magically downloaded the information into you so you would know how to use it. But this is what happens in the event of a crash. They're screwed. They're just like, ah! -1.
Power Rangers SPD, the Delta Squad Megazord.
They're in a singular cockpit and you can actually see the seatbelt. That's spectacular. Now I feel kind of bad for giving Ninja Storm a 10 because I want to give this more than Ninja Storm, but I guess I hate cops and I love the little coin slot thing, so it's going to level out to another 10 out of 10.
Power Rangers Mystic Force, the Titan Megazord.
So I know what you're thinking, being stuck in like a chess piece base is like a really great seatbelt. Only what if it hurts? And more importantly, they are the Zords. Okay, they're not inside the Zord. I know they show them inside when it becomes a Megazord, but like they transform into the Zords. So this is really we're experiencing here, people. It's not just that you're driving a vehicle, it's that when you get stabbed by a monster, you get stabbed. So, security, pain. 5 out of 10.
Operation Overdrive, the Drive Max Megazord.
Well, they're seated. It looks like they probably have a seatbelt. It looks like these little, like, pod things would be fun to sit in, like you're playing an arcade game. I guess I'm gonna go with the 8 out of 10.
Power Rangers Jungle Fury, the Jungle Pride Megazord.
Okay, ignoring the fact that we're standing in a room with a fog machine with no form of safety strapping of any kind, the real big kicker for me on this one is I have seen these guys get real messed up when a monster hurts their Zord, because it's their spirit animal and it is directly like draining the life out of them for that thing to be hurt. So I really don't want to do that. And man, I think I have to go into the negatives again. I'm gonna give this one a -2 out of 10.
Power Rangers RPM, the High Octane Megazord.
Individual cockpit, they're seated, we can see the seatbelt. You know that Dr. K explained the technology in a clear and efficient way that probably didn't make sense to most of the Rangers, but definitely would make sense to me because I think Dr. K and I are both on the spectrum. And you get to listen to Flynn's beautiful voice coming through the communicator. 10 out of 10.
Power Rangers Samurai, the Samurai Megazord.
The Neo Saban era went full Gundam with these cockpits that aesthetically I like very much. But if I had to pilot the Zord, you have to be able to do what the Zord does, which the Power Rangers can, I can't, and you have to do it in sync with everyone else in the room. I'd like to think that the little pads that they're standing on like hold them in place somehow, but I know that's not true. I think it's just a control panel they step onto. So again, they're loose in the room, and it's incredibly complicated physically to maneuver the Zord. 3 out of 10.
Power Rangers Megaforce, the Gosai Great Megazord.
I feel the same way about this one as I did about Operation Overdrive. They're snug in their little arcade pods, so another 8 out of 10.
Power Rangers Dino Charge, the Dino Charge Megazord.
They're standing on the control pad, they have to move in sync, and this time they have a sword, which granted, they do sheath almost immediately to like turn on the Megazord, but you still have it for a few seconds. And if that's the second where you get punched, it's gonna end really badly, so this one's getting a 2 out of 10.
Power Rangers Ninja Steel, the Ninja Steel Megazord.
I love the way the pictures change with the different configurations of the Zord, but I did just say everything that's wrong with this, so this is also 2 out of 10.
Power Rangers Beast Morphers, the Beast X Megazord.
Individual cockpits, seatbelts, seated position, clear instruction from Nate, but your steering wheel is someone's head, which is really awkward on the one hand, but on the other hand, they're there in the moment to help you if you don't know what button to push. So I am going to give this one a 10 out of 10 as well.
Power Rangers Dino Fury, the T-Rex Champion Zord.
I hate that the ones I love the most are the ones that I would be like almost the least likely to want to pilot. So, you know, you've heard it all before. This one's a 2 out of 10. And this is where we get kind of like a little bit of evidence that those panels are not holding them in place, because we have the episode where everyone's just kind of like in random spots in the Megazord cockpit, which was very enjoyable, but also proves that it is dangerous.
Clear winners, clear losers.